Every week, there's like 10 new wars that he's ending. I've ended 100 wars. You know the 100-year war between France and England. They were fighting each other so vicious, so mean. I ended it. I ended that. No more war. World War II. I ended that myself.
Forward to having with the final.
Oh, yes.
On July 19th
Yes. No, we'll
in New York, New Jersey.
We're going to be there. A lot of people are going to be there.
A lot of people.
I'd like to thank you all. Do you have any questions on FIFA, first of all?
It's going to be a big event at the Kennedy Center. Do you intend to take part in it? Will you have a part to play on December 5th?
I might play. I mean, I see the money that these soccer players, you know, we call it soccer, but I see the money that these soccer players are making. I may try and play. I'm a very good athlete. My son.
Okay, there's a really funny like, oh, you're just now telling me that the FBI raided John Bolton's house. I didn't know. Moment from Donald Trump. Not even here, but he had another like quick question answer session. Okay? He's like, "Oh, I had no idea. I could actually use the law enforcement. I'm top cop. I'm top cop of the nation," which he's not, okay? But it's awesome. It's just awesome that every single thing that conservatives complained about with Joe Biden, some of which was like at least within the margins, like close enough to the truth, and many that was just utterly ridiculous. All of the things that they fantasized about Joe Biden doing to conservatives, Trump is literally doing to sometimes other conservatives like John Bolton, neocons, and also anyone else. Anyone else he declares an enemy of the state. This could mean predominantly black neighborhoods, random agricultural workers, whoever, people who have hurt the feelings of the great state of Israel. Anyone and everyone is a direct priority target for this administration at any given moment. Okay? They come after you with no repercussions whatsoever, and they bring down the entire might of the state upon you. This is literally what conservatives were fearful of forever. All the way from Alex Jones talking about like Barack Obama has black attack helicopters circling around my neighborhood. They're going to put me in a FEMA camp. They're going to black bag me and put me in a FEMA camp. All the way down to like the Dan Bonginos and everybody else talking about like deep state being protected by the government. Donald Trump is literally doing that with Jeffrey Epstein and all of the Epstein affiliates that he is currently defending. Every single thing that Republicans have complained about and fantasize the Democrats doing, the Republicans are doing proudly, and they champion it. They're like, hell yeah, baby. You're doing the right thing. Keep doing more of it. It's crazy.
My son is a very good athlete, and he's a good soccer player. He's on the tall side for soccer. He's 6'9".
As had projection much?
On the tall side. Good. It's on the tall side, but he's good. But
how can I be projecting here? I'm not even a defender of the Democratic Party in general. I'm just a defender of the truth. Okay? I'm not even defending the Democratic Party at all in this process. I'm simply telling you what the Republicans are doing, and you go, projection much? What do you mean? If this is a frustrating reality for you, then you have to work on that on your own. You know what I mean? You have to just like go back and think like, why is this frustrating to me? Also, this hat is the ugliest hat I've seen. And goddamn, Trump merch is already not exactly known for being good. Okay, but holy shit, this is just fresh ass. Okay.
I may put on shorts. I look extremely good in shorts and join the play. You know, no, it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be good.
Many foreigners who want to come to attend the event are concerned about the visa situation. Can you reassure them?
Yeah, they're going to have a very easy time getting in. Certain countries are going to be very, very easy, and other countries are going to be obviously a little bit more difficult. Would you like to explain that, Chris?
Yeah, absolutely. We have a process set up that we'll be implementing on on getting visas approved. Everybody will be thoroughly vetted, but they'll be welcome to this country. It'll happen quickly, and we're excited for them to come. So I would hope that around the world, people know that the United States is excited to bring their family here to enjoy this event.
America welcomes the world.
Yes.
And I can really, from the collaboration that we have, testify.
This stuff is so funny. FIFA is a organization. Yes, dude. I feel like for FIFA, you have to do like a litany of war crimes. Okay. Like in order for FIFA to like collaborate with you, in order for FIFA to like work with your country specifically, you have to be known for like some shit. So it is somewhat of a surprise that we haven't done this before, right? They've always been this way. They've always been this way. FIFA is, the F stands for fascism. Fascism, international fascism all the time. That's what FIFA is. Okay? World Cup in Qatar, then USA, then Saudi. Yep. FIFA's like, let me look at the numbers. Let me look at the numbers on the board. Okay? And so it's not a surprise to me that they're doing this with America. Okay? But what's hilarious about it is that they're doing this with America, and the American movement has grown to such a degree and has put the crosshairs on foreigners in general and hyper focused on them so much that it is undermining the goals of having a World Cup in U.S. territory. Because you're literally, you're cooking, you're actively, tourism has plummeted in this country. Why? For understandable reasons. Even some of my friends who normally come and visit me from Australia chose not to come this year because they didn't want to get arrested at the border and then deported back to Australia. And who knows for how long they would remain in a detention facility. Okay. There are plenty of people who previously would have thought to come to the United States of America who are actively avoiding the United States of America. So this like international event that we're going to have on U.S. soil is happening at a time when Donald Trump's administration is saying, like, we don't want you to come here. Do not come here. Do not come. New Willie Mac video, must watch. Dude, that is the most embarrassing thing that you could post in the chat. Take a week off and really reconsider your priorities. Oh, my Lord. Anyway, it's just like, yeah, FIFA is a football organization with a sole goal of bringing the fun of soccer to the whole world. Yeah. That's what's supposed to be the principle behind doing these kinds of things, right? Doing these kinds of like global, worldwide affairs. Apparently, he's flipping on D. Good, okay. He's eating good off of shitting on me with talking points that he got from Destiny's community for years and years, and this is what it took for him to finally be like, yeah, maybe he's not such a good guy. Will he go back and apologize for the videos he made? Will he turn around and say, hey, by the way, every single thing that I wrote about Hasan, I got from Destiny's community and actively collaborated with Destiny, who has now been outed as a my bad. Anything short of that, and I don't know what we're doing here. I mean, I'm glad. I'm glad he's on the right side for once. Stop taking the bait. Trump stole the trophy from this summer's tournament to the right in the vid here. No, I know. It was really funny. Nah, he made a video about you like two weeks ago. I know. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. As I was saying, you got a situation where like the American government is actively saying, do not come here. We will literally arrest you. We will look through, we will scour your social media profiles to see whether you are worthy of coming to the United States of America, including banning travelers from entering the country after they made plans and spend because they have fat JD Vance memes on their fucking phones, man. They're like, hold on. Oh, you want to come in here? Let me take a look at your phone. Ridiculous prospect, by the way. What do you mean you demand this level of surveillance to enter the country? Oh, you got fat JD Vance on your phone? Sorry. Not allowed. You're fucking banned. That's literally what we think China is doing. I think this was a hoax. No, it wasn't the JD Vance meme. The reason that they used, aside from the JD Vance meme, was that he had a photo of like a pipe, and they said this was drug paraphernalia on his phone. He had a photo of like a wooden pipe. Does that make sense to you? No, that doesn't make sense either. You don't need to say fat JD Vance when he's already fat. True, baby JD Vance. I don't think you guys understand. The crazy part about it isn't like, oh, it was the fat JD Vance photo that he had on his phone, or the photo of a pipe when they were like, what, do you smoke weed? And he was like, yeah, of course. It's not illegal. And then they're like, you're not allowed to come into the country now, you criminal scumbag. The real point of contention here is the fact that they even looked at his phone to allow him to enter the country as a tourist. Do you not understand how ridiculous that is? That has had a massively consequential chilling effect on tourism in this country. Tourism rates have plummeted because why the would anybody want to come into the United States and have the Gestapo go through their phone and potentially put them in prison for an extended period of time, in an immigration detention facility for an extended period of time? Customs and Border Protection agents searched nearly 15,000 devices from April through June this year, nearly 17% spike over the previous 3 months high in 2022. The real issue is the chilling effect it has on all travelers. EU chatter here, I skipped visiting my American friend because of literally this. Yeah, I mean, I have friends who wanted to come to the United States of America that is not coming to the United States of America for this reason. I myself have changed travel plans that I had, travel and content arrangements that I had made in Cuba. I canceled the Cuba trip for this reason, because once I got detained by Customs and Border Patrol on my way back from France, okay, and they were asking me about, what do you think about Donald Trump? What do you think about Israel? What do you think about Hamas? I was like, if I go to Cuba and I come back, they're going to say, that's a state sponsor of terror. You are a fully fleshed out terrorist. I'm not trying to go to jail, okay? Yet. The China trip is still on. China, as it stands currently, is not considered a state sponsor of terror by the American State Department. But it's crazy, man. You ain't being let in if you go to Cuba. Yeah, that's what I mean. If I went to Cuba, I feel like they would just not let me come back into the country at all. I would just get arrested on the spot.
For that, absolutely. Thank you.
And I just sent a picture from somebody that wants to be there very badly. He's been very respectful of me and of our country, but not so respectful of others. But I'm going to sign this for him, but I was sent one, and I thought you'd all like to see it. That's a man named Vladimir Putin, who I believe will be coming.
That's crazy, dude. They'd make you into the modern day William Worthy. If you folks don't know him, look him up. Also, it's a Phil Ox song. Vladimir Putin, my best friend, very good guy. Love him so much.
Depending on what happens, he may be coming and he may not. Depending on what happens, we have a lot of things happening over the next couple of weeks. But I thought it was a nice picture of him. Okay of me, but nice of him. So that was very nice that it was sent to me. Okay?
Okay.
On that subject, have you talked to Vladimir Putin about the fact that yesterday a big U.S. factory was hit in a Russian airstrike in Ukraine? What's your reaction to that?
I told him I'm not happy about it. And I'm not happy about anything having to do with that war. I settled 7 wars, and actually, if you think about pre-wars, add 3 more, so it would be 10. I thought this would be in the middle of the pack in terms of difficulty. No, I'm not happy about anything about that war. Nothing. Not happy at all. We'll see what happens.
Dude, it's remember when I told you he just keeps making up new wars that he has ended? The number went from 6, which again, for debate, certainly, to 10. He just added extra wars that have started and have been stopped by Donald Trump. He's just going to keep increasing the numbers because it doesn't matter. None of it is true. Okay? None of it. None of it is true. By the end of this month, if the Epstein stuff keeps pumping, he's going to be like, I've ended 100 wars. Every week, there's like 10 new wars that he's ending. I've ended 100 wars. You know the 100-year war between France and England. They were fighting each other so vicious, so mean. I ended it. I ended that. No more war. World War II. I ended that myself.
I think over the next 2 weeks, we're going to find where to go. And I better be very happy.
How long are you willing to wait,
A
Mr.
very good
President?
call with Prime Minister Carney of Canada yesterday morning.
Yes.
Actually, Canada is taking away some retaliatory tariffs.
He's
so-
removing his tariffs, yeah.
Exactly.
He's removing his retaliatory tariffs, which I thought was nice. And we're going to have another call soon. Yeah, we had a very good call.
You're getting closer towards an
Well, I
agreement
like
on
him.
trade?
I like him. You know, look, I'm fighting for the United States. Canada and Mexico take a
By the way, this is from friend of the show, Nikki McCann Ramirez for the Rolling Stone. New analysis finds Trump family has raked in $3.4 billion off the presidency. Remember when they go like, AOC and Bernie Sanders have made so much money. They made so much money. They're so rich. Like they just lie and they'll be like, AOC's a multi-billionaire. She used to be a bartender. It's like this guy is literally doing that, man. This guy's actually doing it. Once again, it's projection. Every accusation is a confession. Every accusation is a confession. These guys will be like when you say that about Nancy Pelosi, there is validity to that. Okay, there is truth to that. I'm not going to sit here and defend Nancy Pelosi, who is seemingly one of the best stock traders in U.S. history. Okay, most likely trading on non-publicly available data. Okay, well, her husband, Paul Pelosi is the GOAT at trading. And there's truth when you criticize those people. But these guys will then, and even Nancy doesn't do it like this. Okay, this is just like transparent graft. Okay, this is just mostly cryptocurrency schemes that he has implemented in broad daylight without any of the regulatory agencies actually turning around and going, hey, we should probably do our jobs and penalize this kind of behavior. And it's insane. It's insane that he does this. And if you ask the average Republican, they'll be like, Trump didn't take a salary. He didn't take a salary. He's just a great businessman. He is not corruptible because he has a lot of money. It's like, no, dude. He's always been a failure of a businessman. But of course, it doesn't matter. You can be the biggest failure as a businessman, but if you're the president and you're running the country you could just like steal as much money as you possibly want. You can do cryptocurrency schemes. You can do pay for play. It's so crazy. It is so wild how open this corruption is, and people do not care about it. I can't comprehend how little, I don't understand how someone could live in this world and be an American dude who works as a plumber, living in the Midwest, goes out and votes for Donald Trump, and he's like, he's gonna clean out the swamp, the DC swamp. He's gonna be an anti-establishment candidate. He's gonna do the best thing. He's gonna fix the housing market, all this shit, right? And then he doesn't do any of the things that he promised, and all he does is basically arrest your neighbors, utilize the military as a domestic police force in direct contravention of the Constitution, basically makes a ton of money in the process by just farming the presidency as a pay for play scheme for himself, enriching himself and his family. Okay. And no one understands, no one recognizes this reality. It's slapping you in the face every day that Donald Trump wakes up and goes into the White House. It's like he's taking his dick out and hitting you in the face with it if you're a Trump supporter and going, yeah, you like that? And Trump supporters look at that and go, hell yeah, Mr. President, slap me in the face with your cock one more time, please. It doesn't make any sense. How do you not realize it? It's not this is not a sophisticated way of doing things, okay? At least with the Clinton Foundation, right? Those guys are demons too. They're demonic. But at least there was more sophistication in the ways in which they operated, through the NGO structure. These guys are I'm a criminal. I love stealing your money. You're an idiot. Keep getting mad at Mexicans and you will forget that I'm stealing your money. And I'm going to give all of it to Israel. And these guys are like, yes, Mr. President, it's amazing. Oh, please give Israel more money. Oh, they need it. I don't need it. My house is underwater from the hurricane, Mr. President. But don't worry, even though I signed the loyalty pledge to Israel, they need it more than me.
A lot of our business over the years, over 25, 30 years, especially during the Biden years. They took a lot of our business, and it's basically all coming back into the United States now. Well, hot as a pistol, and it's coming back in. Because of tariffs and the incentives we give, it's coming back. And it's impossible, I think, for another country to stop it. And we are working on something. We want to be very good to Canada. I like Carney a lot. I think he's a good person. And we had a very good talk yesterday, so I think it'll be good.
Mr. President, I have a question about the search of Ambassador Bolton's home. The Vice President recently just did an interview saying that...
Yeah, America's hot. You know, like the impact site of a nuclear first strike. Hot. You know, not hot in the way that you would want it to be. Perhaps a little too hot, okay? Maybe we should cool it down a little bit, I think. It's also insanely annoying that in this entire process, like, once again, people just eat up whatever he's saying. Like, it's that easy. You can just keep repeating a lie over and over and over again, and your sycophantic cult fans are just going to believe you. They will refuse to reckon with the horrifying nature of American existence that is unfolding in real time in front of their eyes, because the president that they love, that they somehow have deluded themselves into believing cares about them, is telling them that shit is actually fine. It's actually awesome. It's actually great. He's not even trying that hard, man. He's not. He just says whatever comes to mind. He's not like a particularly interesting, particularly sophisticated, particularly intelligent person. He's not even actively trying to craft a narrative that makes sense. He has an opportunity to do so. He's not even doing so. He just goes, nah, believe me, everything is so good. Everyone else is saying things are so good. And people just eat that shit up. They believe it. It's crazy.
It's about classified documents, but that there's also broad concern about him. What are the concerns?
Well, I haven't spoken to Pam in the group yet, but I will be. I saw that just like everybody else. I try and stay out of that stuff. I'm allowed to be, and I'm chief law enforcement officer, believe it or not. You know, I don't like to go around saying that, but I am. That's the position. But I purposely don't want to really get involved in it. I'm not a fan of John Bolton. I thought he was a sleazebag, actually. And he suffers major Trump derangement syndrome, but so do a lot of people, and they're not being affected by anything we do. I don't know anything about it. I just saw that. I'll find out about it. But if you believe the news, which I do,
you make it sound like he's the papacy in the 10th century or something. Dude, that is exactly what I'm saying, because that is exactly what's going on. We have unprecedented, unfathomable access to real-time information in the palm of our hands, okay? Because of the internet and because of smartphones, we can literally look shit up in real time. And yet, with the unimaginable bounty presented by the democratization of information, we have a situation where the average person's mindset reflects the mindset of a medieval peasant. It's insane. The average American in 2025 believes almost the same exact shit that a medieval peasant believed. And a medieval peasant would have gotten one-shotted by eating a chicken nugget or like hot Cheetos. It's crazy. And it blows my mind, because it's like there is a real regression taking place in real time, and seemingly no one cares about it because everyone is too invested in purchasing Labubus or, you know, consuming whatever slop they got in front of them to take notice of like how society is unwinding in real time. I don't understand how people they don't get frustrated about this every day. Oh, well, I got Dubai Labubu matcha lattes that I can drink, so it's fine. Everything is getting worse and worse and worse. Part of it is, of course, because people go, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Okay, I go to work, I put my head down, I try to make some money so my landlord can have a comfortable existence. You know, I directly fund my landlord's lifestyle. Like 40% of my salary is directly going to him, okay? And he deserves it. He deserves more, okay? and then the meager wages that I have remaining, the little bit of disposable income that I have, I spend on Dungeons and Dragons, or I spend on Magic the Gathering cards, I spend on Warhammer 40K figurines, or I spend on this or that, and Labubu and matcha Dubai chocolate lattes. Because that is the only thing that gives me like a crumb of autonomy in my life. A silly purchase decision that I made reminds me that I am human. I do have free will. I'm exercising it right now. So I can't even get that mad at people for feeling so dissuaded, for feeling so powerless in the face of it all. I buy shoes, not Labubus. Yes, Labubu is a simple catch-all terminology for insert whatever the you like. I mean, I have my own version of this as well. You know, I like nice clothes. I like fashion, right? So I engage in consumer escapism with regular frequency. The only difference is like by design, because of my job and because of my worldview, I'm like constantly tuned into this shit and constantly yelling about this shit. Everyone deserves a little treat every now and then. Make no mistake. I'm not saying don't do treats, okay? Treats are very important. You like fashion, but you're not good at it. Explain. Okay, well, that's subjective, I think. And you can't find like a really bad fit post 2024, let's say 2023, 2024. So, you know, we had the dark period. Long hair Hasan. We need to just destroy that. That leave it in a dustbin of history.
I guess his house was raided today, but my house was raided also, called Mar-a-Lago. They went through everything they could, including my young son's room and my wife's area. They went through her drawers, as the expression goes. They went through everything you can imagine. And when she came back, she said, she's very neat, you know, she's meticulous. And she looked and she said, whoa, this wasn't the way that she had it. So, you know, so I know the feeling. It's not a good feeling. Thank you.
The funniest thing is, like, this was incredibly avoidable for him, the raid on Mar-a-Lago, because the DOJ under the Brandon administration was still operating on don't rock the boat mentality. And as a byproduct of the don't rock the boat mentality, the DOJ was trying to do everything by the book. And they just kept saying, like, please, we know you have these classified documents in your house. Can you please give it to us? And he was like, how can I lie to them? He was telling his lawyers, like, how can we hide these documents? For no reason whatsoever either. Like, I genuinely think to this day it was just a flex. I think that it was just straight up just a flex on Kid Rock and shit. And like dentists that wait, hold on. New start time, 1 p.m. Okay. Yeah, he was just he just wanted to have classified files at his house, at his place of residence, just so he could flex on like dentists that have Mar-a-Lago gold cards or whatever. I mean, he put it in the bathroom, man. It's not like he cared about it, you know?
Mr. President, how long will you give Putin?
A couple of weeks. We're going to figure it out. We'll find it.
Do you think you'll have to intervene at some point?
Look, it takes two to tango. You understand that. I wanted to have a meeting with those two. I could have been at the meeting, but a lot of people think that nothing's going to come out of that meeting. You have to be there. Maybe that's true. Maybe it's not. But we're going to see. In the meantime, people continue to die. But I've solved 7 of them where they were in wars for 31, 35, and 37 years. We had 3 of them that were for more than 30 years, Johnny, and I got them solved. And we solved one that could have been a nuclear war with India and Pakistan. That was getting ready to be a nuclear war. I solved them all. And this one, I thought we would have had it done by now, but it's more different. There's a lot of anger, a lot of hatred. There's a tremendous amount of hatred there. So. But we'll see what happens. I think in 2 weeks we'll know which way I'm going. Because I'm going to go one way or the other. And they'll learn which way I'm going.
Mr. President, if I got 2 questions for you. One on FIFA, the other one on DC. Let's talk. Can you talk about the economic impact that FIFA will have in these cities, and what's your message to the mayors to get their cities prepared, not only the beautification process, but also the safety aspect?
Well, Los Angeles is an example. You know, it's poorly run. We have a mayor there that can't even get permits to the people that lost their houses. Lee Zeldin got every permit. The hardest permit is the federal permit. Within 20 days, every single permit was there for the people to build their houses. But people are writing us and they're saying they won't give us, the mayor incompetent, the governor's incompetent. You know, Gavin, I know Gavin very well. He's an incompetent guy with a good line of bullshit. And he doesn't get the job done. And frankly, those people want to build their houses. It's terrible. They could have been built. Some of them could have been built already. But think of it, the federal government that has the most complex part, and it's the most complex environmental thing to do. We got it, everybody had it within 30 days. And they're not even close to getting their permits. And now they're talking about taking some of those sites and building low-income housing on them. These are high-end neighborhoods. And I'm all for low-income housing. I built a lot of low-income housing. I know all about 236. I know every program that there is in the government.
Is the permit thing real? No, he's just using that as... Dude, first of all, nothing that Trump says is real, okay? Is there a permit structure in the rebuilding? Absolutely. Should there be regulation in the rebuilding of some of these buildings? Duh, no shit. That's the reason why they got fucking eviscerated by a goddamn wildfire. And Donald Trump has decided there should be no building code whatsoever so that they can expeditiously prop up these buildings. I don't want to get into that right now. Because we have Daniel Besner that I am going to be talking to right now because we're going to move into the 6 wars, now 10 wars, all the wars that Donald Trump ended because he's big, he's bold, he's beautiful. And we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about Israel, some of the wars that Donald Trump hasn't ended yet. Israel.